but it's like
So three scenarios. You're putting it as, in your view, number one scenario that makes more sense, this was an accident. Number two scenario that makes more sense, this was a test, but it's a bit bizarre to be that size in that area. And number three scenario, the least likely, this was a sabotage by Iran or some other group.
correct.
My scenario, I'd put it, number one is this was, number one and two, I have no decision actually. Number one and two to be a test or an accident. I think both equally. And I'd put number three as, which was my number one, to be as sabotage based on the information that I've just come across. But I think pretty much all of them indicate that war is imminent, because if it was sabotage, then Iran knows that they're about to strike them or have just given them a perfect justification.
Right.
If this was an accident, then they're working on the Sabbath. Why, as you said, why they're working on the Sabbath? War is imminent and they're preparing for it. They don't have much time. And number three, to test on the Sabbath. By the way, an explosive test on the Sabbath, I don't know if that's the norm as well, the timing of it on a day that's important as like the Sabbath. Double highlights that they're preparing for war, because they did a test on Sabbath and they're working on Sabbath as well. So all scenarios point to war being imminent, and that's not a good sign at all.
Yeah. Now, the thing that will actually maybe throw a wrench in this is in the hands of Saudi Arabia and Qatar. If what forced Project Freedom to come to a grinding halt, and now more than a week ago, was when the Saudis informed the United States, you're not going to conduct air operations from our bases. If now the United States approaches both Saudi Arabia and Qatar about, okay, we're going to launch these new attacks, and if they say no, not from our bases, I base that on the fact that China